Welcome back, traders, and today has been a great day. Found a Claydol raid, went in there, and it was one and done. I'm going to have the IVs of the Pokemon that I use on the side. We're going to do a little comparison. And then, after this, we're going to be going up against a Starmie with Deoxys, with Charge Beam and Thunderbolt. Awesome, I finally found a Starmie raid to do this. It had Hidden Power something and Hydro Pump. The Hydro Pump was very problematic because, well, Deoxys can't take a hit or anything. We'll focus on that after this. Let's talk about this current battle with the Claydol here. It does have Extra Sensory and Gyro Ball. In goes Mewtwo with the Psycho Cut and Shadow Ball. Now, I do have Psycho Cut because Confusion's not going to be doing the best damage in this situation, considering it's not very effective. And also, there is no friendship bonuses to increase the damage of the Confusion. So, might as well go with Psycho Cut to get as many Shadow Balls off as I can. And I honestly did a test yesterday. Should have recorded this with a Confusion Shadow Ball and a Psycho Cut Shadow Ball up against the Claydol, and the Psycho Cut actually performed a little bit better, I'm pretty sure. It was very, very minuscule, but it was very noticeable, barely. Anyways, so it's doing work, right? Look at it going off here. And the key is to not dodge. Now, it does have Gyro Ball. If it had, say, like Earthquake, you probably should dodge, maybe, depending on your lineup, but I'm going to be only using 3 Pokemon here. I did dodge that last Gyro Ball because I didn't want to waste my Charge Bar and my power up there. So in goes Kyogre. It does have Waterfall and Hydro Pump. All these Pokemon's IVs are pretty decent, so as you can see, this one here is a 93, 13, 15, 14, so that's pretty good. Alright, so just attack away. And when you're using Kyogre, you really do not want to dodge. There's really no point. You need your Hydro Pump to get charged as quick as possible, and that is only going to happen if you take as many hits as you can to get as much damage onto that boss there. So we have it in the yellow before 91. That was pretty good. It's really close, though. I was thinking to myself, oof, the Gengar is really going to have to pull this up. There is no weather boost. As you've seen, it is partly cloudy, so only normal and rock types are boosted, and none of the Pokemon I'm using, nor the Claydol raid boss, does have that. So yeah, just still going to town. That's the nice thing about Kyogre. If you have a bunch of these, just use those to go up against it. If you're trying to do some unique challenge, you know, have a ball, but at the same time, if you're just trying to get it over with and you have several Kyogres powered up, throw them in there and just go. If you do have a Shadow Claw Gengar, I recommend 2 Kyogres or 1 Kyogre and then a Gengar in between, just to push that time down a little bit faster, just so you are able to finish it without being timed out. Now, in comes the Savior here. Yes, it is already in the red, barely any health left, but nonetheless, we need to get that down as quick as possible, and Gengar is here to get the job done. You're going to see how close this was. I was very nervous. I was on a time crunch, and I was lucky to find this one and the Starmie literally back to back, so it was like, yes, score. Usually have to drive around town for like 45 minutes to maybe even find anything, if nothing at all. All right, so Gengar putting in work. I have to dodge, otherwise I'm going to be getting timed out for sure, because the other Pokemon are not going to be able to speed it up like Gengar is. So as you can see, yeah, that was amazing. I can't believe the raid actually let me beat it. So bingo bango, one and done. Now, who do I recommend you go up against this with? Like I said, Kyogre. If you have a Mewtwo with Psycho Cut Shadow Ball, Legacy Shadow Ball, of course. But we went over it yesterday. Gengar with Shadow Claw. Shadow Ball is going to be supreme. Number 1 to go up against Claydol. Survivability is going to be horrible. I mean, it could be worse. Claydol's attack isn't that great. Even with Confusion, it's not going to be knocking Gengar out that fast, but it's still going to be taking big chunks of its health off. So I'm going to put all of the Pokemon that I'm going to be using on the side here, their IVs and DPS, so you're going to be able to see the exact comparison. So Deoxys is going to be going in first, going to do the 180 lobby start. Not that I need it. I was just doing it. Now, first round here. Now, this was the first time I went into this raid here, so I was just testing it out, see what moves it had, see the survivability of Deoxys in the first place. And you're going to see, this is like, man, I like this Pokemon still. Deoxys is great, but it can't take a hit for anything. So this is Hidden Power something. I'm not too sure what it is. And then it does have Hydro Pump. Watch the Hydro Pump. And there it goes. That's when I was like, yeah, Alright, better restart that. So we're going to have Raikou, Zapdos, and Alolan Raichu follow up behind it, just so you can see a good comparison. And if you're wondering, well, why are you acting so surprised that it can't last that long? I mean, it does have very low health and defense. I mean, its health doesn't even reach, like, 90. It's very, very low. So definitely can't take a hit. On top of that, no defense. But look at the damage. I mean, it's put it in some work here. Yeah, I wish it had, let's say, what move would be ideal. Probably basically Hydro Pump, because it's not continuously happening. And look at the dodge. Did you see I dodged it and how much health it took off of it? So you're going to see here, Raikou, Zapdos, and Alolan Raichu all perform pretty good compared to Deoxys. So you're going to see here, Raikou and Zapdos are able to tank through a Hydro Pump, while Deoxys, when he dodges, takes the same amount of damage that they do when they don't dodge. So it's like, ooh-hoo-hoo-wee. This is the EX raid that we have currently. And if you're hyped for the attack form, I am for sure, but the only reason why I am is because, well, I'm going to be able to solo it. I can show up to the EX raid whenever I want and just do it at my leisure when that time comes. But other than that, powering one of those attack forms up is going to be much more riskier powering up an attack form than a normal form, considering it has 46 defense, the attack form, and Deoxys has 100. Man, so the end goes Zapdos here with 15 attack, 13 defense, and 13 stamina. DPS is sitting at 33.4, and it is going to also be able to take a Hydro Pump to the face, just like that, and keep moving as if nothing happened. Good Zapdos. Yeah, let's go. And then after this, we're going to have the Alolan Raichu come in, which I am really excited to use because I powered and maxed that thing out right before I hit 100,000 subscribers, and that was kind of like my 100,000 subscriber power up. I did it like a day before it happened. So in it goes right here. It's also lucky. DPS sitting at 28.9, attack 14, defense 14, and stamina 11. So it does have Spark and Wild Charge, and it is doing pretty good in here, okay? So I will be dodging the Hydro Pump because I just wanted to finish this off with this one here, and there I go with the dodge. And you've seen it didn't take very much damage compared to Deoxys, so if I was able to just, you know, not dodge that, it would have probably survived. So is Deoxys worth powering up at this point after doing this test? I would say no. Not if you're trying to use it for raids. Highly and strictly only for gym battles, because unless you're going up against a tier 2 or tier 1 raid, sure, pull out the Deoxys. Otherwise, there is no point. That's a lot of investment. If you're trying to do something with a electric type Pokemon or a psychic type, you might as well power up a Zapdos way before you power up a Deoxys or a Raikou, which is going to be your #1 option for an offensive electric attacker. So I recommend you go with those two. If you want a psychic, go with Alakazam. Seriously, can stay in the battle longer. We thought that was a glass cannon. Well, welcome to the world of Deoxys normal form. And then obviously Espeon works too for an offensive psychic attacker, and the ultimate one is going to be Mewtwo, of course, with Psychic and Confusion. There you have it. I mean, it's just like, yeah. Deoxys, the lowest of the low when it comes to legendaries. Well, mythical, technically. So we're going to go ahead and look at this trade here. I'm trading my shiny Shuppet for a Torkoal. Thank you very much, Samurai Mac. He actually went to GoFest, and that is how he was able to get that. It's going to cost us 80,000 starters. He's been wanting that shiny Shuppet for some time now. Price is a bit steep, but it's worth it because I really like Torkoal. It's a cute Pokemon. Not to mention the smoke that's continuously coming out of its back with the animation. I love that. I love moving parts on video games for characters that continuously have some sort of action going. So that is a new register there. And I also named it Hookah. So it's pretty neat there. Yeah, and it's actually my buddy. I switched it. Deoxys was my buddy, but now Torkoal is because, well, I don't know. Deoxys, I love you, man, but, ooh, this is a rough one. Especially, it doesn't make it any better since I got the lowest IV. Now we're going to hatch a Beldum. Have you guys been hatching these? That's what I was going to ask here. Put this in at the end because have you been hatching? I've been like crazy for me. Look at that. Up to 800 candies. That's intense. Looking forward to that Beldum Community Day. Thank you for watching, trainers, and I'll be catching you all next time.